Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, good morning to you. It's indeed a pleasure for our department to be part of this summit. This is our second time when we contributed to this summit. So it really shows that there is a way to this summit and also a lot of benefits. For the sake of you don't know, we developed or we collected a very good report on this last year. I think the report is available. Anyone who wants to check on that report, I think you're welcome. I'm saying so because I was the one who was holding on it. I was still trying to read and see what it talks to everybody. So we have a report from the previous year. I also like to thank the Eastern Cape Province, Nelson Mandela Bay, and also Nelson Mandela University for hosting this annual E-Mobility Summit. Because it's a transport month, I've seen a number of these summits. Last week I was in one of in Johannesburg, also presenting on the NEV summit. So this is another one again. So it means there is a lot that is done along this month. So I think maybe next year we'll start to see if you can do something different. Just a technology or something that is different combined with this summit. In this sense, maybe we can have a mobile refueling station, maybe just to see people to see the technology that has been developed around that. So we'll try to see how we move around that as well. I think you will agree with me that the transport, we all know that water and other stuff are basic needs, but transport as well now is coming sort of like a basic human right, as they always say, because we use it quite often. It's like our cell phones nowadays. So I think this summit really pushes us to do more, especially on the decarbonization of this transport sector. Ladies and gentlemen, you recall that when you're transitioning, you don't have to leave those behind you or who are closer to you. So as we transition, we've got our neighboring countries here, and we all see that also different trucks with different registration numbers. So please, those trucks as well, we would like to contribute to our neighbors. If you remember, South Africa has got borders other 6 nations, 4 of which are landlocked and has the largest, and South Africa has the largest economy. Based on that, I'm saying we should be able to assist or collaborate with our neighbors to decarbonize even their own sector in this regard. Sorry, I just moved so quickly. It's interesting to know that this summit doesn't forget the Paris Agreement. It recognizes the agents of global community to reduce CO2 and other greenhouse gas emissions in the transport sector, and also increase the market demand for electric vehicles and NEVs due to their ability to decarbonize the transport sector. Even though international combustion engines vehicles remain dominant, particularly in this market, their share is expected to decline in the near future, so beyond 2035. If these stats are anything to go by, I think we are moving in the right direction. That the motor industry plays a crucial role in South Africa, contributing about 5.2% of the national GDP. And studies have shown that about approximately about 115,000 highly skilled jobs could be created, and also 500 formal jobs could be created in the automobile supply chain. So that really shows that at least we are moving the right way. As Deputy Mayor explained in terms of the skills and professors indeed, so the skills are really important in these cars to create those jobs. Talking about the ICE engines, we all know that one of the reasons we are here is that they will be phased out. So the phasing out will have to bring in new energy vehicles or electric vehicles as such. So we all have to work together to come that. So the challenge here is we're not far away from doing that. So as we transition, it's important, that's why I'm happy to hear that DPMR is also here to assist us or to align with their program, their plan in terms of which of the fuels have they planned to phase out as we move closer to NEVs. Because the last time I checked, when I was with them, I think 500 ppm diesel had advised to be phased out in the near future. So if you're facing that, what are you bringing in? So we should be bringing in all those things aligning with that, phasing out of that. Okay, so as I said, I'll touch even to some of the things that we're doing as a department, of which some of the speakers will speak about, but I'll touch at a high level. Through our research and development and innovation flagship programs that we do at the department, I'm sure you are aware that the Department of Science and Technology Innovation is a science that is a custodian of research and development around this thing. One of the reasons why we do research, you all are aware, we've got academics here, is to reduce the price of the technologies that are here. So through our RDI programs, we see South Africa's got the opportunity to participate on the battery electric vehicles, which are really dominant at the moment, and also on the NEVs, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, which for me, they're still coming out very strongly. However, they've got some challenges. We all know their challenges. The production of hydrogen, very expensive, and also some of the technology around that, which is your refueling stations. So we still have a few or very less refueling stations around. If not, we don't have a refueling station at the moment as a country. But we are moving towards that. So that is the challenge that we really have to overcome in that. Through our programs, we have tried to make sure we do a number of, or rather, to construct a lab-scale refueling stations so that if there's anyone to upscale, we'll have that opportunity to upscale. But we've been engaging some OEMs, and they really talked out to say, for NEVs or hydrogen fuel vehicles, please, I think it would be better to focus on the heavy-duty vehicles. In this case, your buses, your trucks, and other equipment. And we tried by all means to carbonize a number of sectors around that, including the mines in that regard. So we do have, lastly, on this program, on the battery side, which we did in 2011, we established it in 2011. Our previous DG, Dr. Phil Mujaha, I think he said it clearly, especially to me and my colleagues, to say, guys, we owe to the country to say, we do have these minerals, but the use of these minerals, is it possible for our country to produce its own battery? If not, let's be aware to say, yes, we can't, we will import batteries, but we must give a reason. So we have tried, we realized we have a challenge with the cathode material. We've got the minerals, I think from this province, the manganese. We produce the LMO and it goes to other laboratories to be fluorinated in order to get that. So while we were doing that, we tested and it had to come here to UYILO Nelson Mandela to be validated because they are accredited as an international hydrogen laboratory. So that on its own, once we get going, is then that we can go to cabinet and present to say, yes, we can have a battery in South Africa or not. Then others will say, do we need to wait this long to say we can have a battery, or we can just go on and sell the material that we have? Rather than wasting time to go on. I see one of my closest friends here from Mega Million. He's one guy who said, we have to wait for all, or we can just sell the materials. It was a good idea so that we can create jobs or a pilot plant in selling those materials for the battery manufacturers. So along the policies and other stuff, we'll do that. I see DFFE is here. I've talked about this facilities and the battery manufacturer, I did the question to them to say, what about the waste? What are you going to do with the waste? Yes, I've got the answer for the waste. We are establishing a recycling technology facility at UWC. It's going well. In this way, we are in partnership with the mobility department at Western Cape. So this is the second phase where we are in. From the look of things, not only that, but we are recovering even the materials that we have used for the battery. So this is a project which is in collaboration with Nelson Mandela University and also UWC, because Nelson Mandela University, Professor Frank has got those expertise to see how you can cut a used battery around that. Of course, when you talk about jobs creation and other stuff, where are the skills? Are we going to import the skills as well? So we do have a program from our side where it's a 12-month program where we take unemployed TVET college students or University of Technology students. Yes, because according to the National Development Plan, it was, I think, 32% of unemployed TVET or University of Technology students. So we are trying by all means to assist in that. So every year we take about 20 unemployed TVET and train them in these different technologies with all the aspects. And the program has grown in such a way that it is now being aware in terms of other private sector industries who comes in and also poach or employs some of those graduates. We will continue to invest in training programs to develop the skills that is needed for the mobility. We have the solutions at our fingerprints. We have much of the technologies in place, the resources and the policies. We will try to use that advantage. I'd like to applaud the organizers, UYILO, and the partners, and urge other government departments to come to other government departments on this journey as well. By supporting this important initiative, the department has realized that I think we're on the right track in terms of where we are going with this. And in future, I think we will move towards to other provinces as well, not in one province, and see what other provinces have. Thanks very much.